In a world where the delicate balance of nature is under threat, every action counts. Our planet, once brimming with life and vitality, now faces unprecedented challenges. But within each of us lies the power to make a difference. Together we can turn the tide and ensure a thriving planet for generations to come. The time for change is now. To effectively combat climate change and its impacts on our communities, particularly in Los Angeles County, it is essential that we take proactive measures and work collectively to mitigate its effects. This environmental crisis needs urgent attention and action from various groups to ensure the well-being of both people and nature. Among these groups, Climate Resolve, the World Wildlife Fund, and the Environmental Defense Fund stand out for their proactive efforts to combat climate change. Climate Resolve sees climate change as a key issue that can drive positive changes in Los Angeles through community engagement and public awareness, stressing the need for collective action. EDF works on global warming and carbon neutrality through their knowledge of sound science, economics, and law to find solutions. The WWF has a detailed plan to reduce carbon emissions, adapt to global warming threats, and protect species and their habitats. They emphasize the connection between human and environmental health, promoting sustainable practices that benefit both. By focusing on these strategies, both organizations show the importance of a multifaceted approach to tackle the complex challenges of climate change in Los Angeles County and beyond. Their collaboration is a great example of how targeted efforts and strategic planning can lead to real progress in fighting climate change, ultimately protecting the future for everyone in Los Angeles County and the wider world. Climate change is prevalent on our Earth and in our lives in a multitude of ways that negatively impact humans, other species, and the environment we both rely on for survival. This deeply depressing video of a polar bear struggling to survive in his changing habitat is a great example of what the World Wildlife Fund believes we need to protect. He is starving and living in a habitat with no ice at all. It poses the threat that our own children could live in a world without so many of the magnificent species we can see and admire today. What a sad world that would be. So it is up to us to be mindful of our choices and contributions to help the planet. There are so many ways you can help, and WWF is a great organization to find out about how. Scientists estimate that there are trillions of pieces of plastic in our oceans and over 1 million marine animals die from plastic ingestion a year. But where does all this plastic come from? It comes from us. Plastic pollution has rapidly increased over the past decade, making the threat to our oceans grow larger. WWF offers many resources on how to decrease this detrimental threat to our sea life, including helping and asking political leaders for a global treaty on plastic pollution. WWF's goal is to have no plastic in nature by the year 2030 by displaying resources for everyone to diminish their plastic footprint and push our broken system to make policy changes. The World Wildlife Fund believes that climate change poses a threat to the places, species, and people's livelihoods that need to be protected. The World Wildlife Fund, WWF, responds to these challenges by building communities with human rights and protection as its focus. They understand that a sustainable future involves not just protecting wildlife and natural habitats, but also ensuring that human communities are resilient and well prepared to face the impacts of climate change. By promoting sustainability among us and our leaders, WWF advocates for policies and practices that reduce carbon emissions, enhance renewable energy use, and support conservation efforts. Through education, advocacy, and community engagement, they aim to inspire collective action and drive meaningful change that benefits both people and the planet. Together, by supporting these initiatives and making conscious choices, we can work together to work towards a healthier, more sustainable future for all.
You are someone that nature can count on. Thank you for protecting our diverse natural world. From the grasslands of the northern Great Plains to the forests and rivers of the Amazon, to the savannas and deserts of Namibia, and to the expanse of our oceans all around the world. Thanks to you, we're protecting the future of nature for people and wildlife in all these places and more.
Let's look at some specific changes we can make in our daily lives to reduce our contribution to climate change and helping our changing planet. You must do your part. WWF encourages many different ways to make a change, including using reusable products instead of single-use plastic. Something as simple as switching your plastic water bottle to a reusable one will be a big help and actually can save you money in the long run. You can also work on Eating less meat and dairy, conserving your energy use, and buying clothes secondhand can make a big difference. Another way you can help is by using your voice and pushing people in power to make policy changes and join movements to protect our planet and its inhabitants. Some examples through WWF are supporting the Forest Act, pledging for our planet, and supporting a farm bill for the people and the planet. The Environmental Defense Fund is most known for using its education in science, economics, and law to combat climate problems such as global warming and carbon emissions. The Environmental Defense Fund, EDF, is a leading international nonprofit organization dedicated to helping in changing our planet. The Environmental Defense Fund offers a variety of resources for those looking to make a positive impact on the environment. For individuals interested in contributing financially, EDF provides options to donate directly to support their various environmental initiatives. These funds are used to further their research, advocacy, and the on-ground projects aimed at tackling pressing environmental issues such as climate change, pollution, and habitat destruction. In addition to financial contributions, EDF encourages public participation through signing petitions. These petitions are designed to influence policy changes and garner support for environmental legislation at local, national, and international levels. By signing these petitions, individuals can lend their voices to important causes and help drive meaningful change. For those seeking to make a long-term commitment to environmental work, EDF also offers opportunities to pursue a green job within their organization. Careers at EDF span a wide range of fields, including science, policy, law, economics, and communications. Working for EDF allows individuals to directly contribute to the organization's mission of creating sustainable solutions for the planet's most urgent environmental challenges. Whether through donations, advocacy, or employment, EDF provides multiple avenues for individuals to get involved and make a difference.
Shine of Los Angeles making its atmosphere the most ozone-laden in the world, one solution offered by the scientists was to find out which materials reacted with the sun to form ozone and to filter them out before they reached the open air. Motorcycle police tried masks while the city launched its biggest, most desperate smog investigation.
Los Angeles smog has always intrigued the amateur inventor. One of the first suggestions, and it is constantly being repeated, is that giant fans be mounted on the rim of the basin. Fans that would blow the pollution away. Unfortunately, there isn't enough electrical energy in the world to propel those fans, and if there were, the concentrated smog that they would push out would kill every living thing in its path.
Looking more specifically into climate change's effects, we can look at Los Angeles, California. Air pollution in Los Angeles is a significant problem, with the city often ranking as the #1 in the U.S. for ozone pollution. This type of pollution, also known as smog, forms when pollutants from cars, power plants, and other sources react in sunlight. It can cause respiratory issues, reduce lung function, and aggravate lung diseases, particularly affecting vulnerable populations like children and the elderly. Efforts to combat this include stricter vehicle emission standards, promoting electric and hybrid cars, and improving public transportation. Additionally, initiatives to increase green spaces and urban forests help absorb pollutants. While progress has been made, ongoing efforts and community involvement are essential for further improvements in air quality and public health. A specific organization in Los Angeles that wants to help make a change is Climate Resolve. Climate Resolve's goal is to connect the community, organizations, and policymakers to address the global problem of climate change with action. Climate Resolve works to push people to join their movement by creating community within their organization. They offer many different ways to get involved in their organization. An example is a ban on fossil fuel ads on public bus stops to take a stand against the fossil fuel industry that is the root cause of so much of the carbon emissions that impact us today. In addition to this, they protested the Whiteman Airport, which was creating a public threat to their community by planes crashing into people's homes and destroying them without giving these people in the community any reimbursement. Climate Resolve works hard to use power and numbers to keep Los Angeles safe and clean for its inhabitants. To conclude this film, we must take a stand. The challenges posed by climate change to the world and Los Angeles are extensive and interconnected. We cannot allow them to continue to destroy our home. From rising temperatures and extreme heat to deteriorating air quality and strained resources, the impacts are undeniable and affect every aspect of our lives. But we have the power to make a difference. By investing in renewable energy, enhancing grid resilience, promoting energy efficiency, and implementing robust public health measures, we can create a sustainable future. Urban planning initiatives that prioritize green spaces and infrastructure improvements will not only help mitigate climate change, but also enhance our quality of life. It's time for us to come together, advocate for comprehensive and proactive approaches, and hold our leaders accountable. Every action counts, and together we can build a resilient and thriving planet in Los Angeles. Let's commit to protecting our planet for ourselves, our children, and future generations. The time to act is now.